Hello, good morning, grade 4. Today we are going to start with lesson number 2 from term 2, that is teeth and microbes. So we will be learning about the different kinds of teeth that we have and how the microbes, um, and what are the microbes that would affect the teeth and why the tooth decay is caused. Mostly in children, we always suffer with the toothache and the tooth decay, and you keep visiting the dentist once in a while, right? So those who have habit of eating more chocolates, those who have a habit of eating more of sweets, they often suffer with lot of toothaches, and you may have to go to the dentist also once in a while, right? So, why does this happen, and why all the tooth decay happens to children, and what are the reasons, and what are the different kinds of teeth? So, all these we are going to learn in this lesson, part A. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen so that you will look at the lesson as the explanation is going on. So I want to just keep the board also, and simultaneously I want you children to underline the words that you find them as important. Okay. So let me just take up the highlighter. So as and when I'm just reading the important notes, I will be just highlighting it. Our teeth are an important part of our mouth. So, hope everybody is open page number 131 and you have to look into the reader. And those who do not have the reader will look at the screen. So, our teeth are an important part of our mouth. So, these will give a shape to the face. So, can you imagine a person having without teeth, like the old people, with the teeth they look different, and without teeth they look different because they have dentures. Sometimes they keep dentures, and whole face will look different if any um, your grandfather or grandmother they take out the dentures, and then you see them without the dentures. So what do you understand by this? The teeth will give you a shape to the face, right? So that is what we are learning in this lesson. So teeth also help us to speak clearly. So there are many words which we cannot speak without teeth. So just for example, you can just try one, you can just try spelling something without using the teeth. Can you spell? I'm just trying, but I'm not able to spell. So why? The teeth that you have inside your mouth are helping you to pronounce certain letters, pronounce you to certain words. So you should have seen an old man without teeth. His face looks sunken and different. It is very difficult to understand the words spoken by him. Why? Because they don't have the proper teeth. All of us know that teeth help us to chew the food well. So chewing breaks the food into smaller pieces so that it may be digested easily. So how do you think the teeth are helping you? The teeth are helping you to digest helping you to chew the food. When you chew the food, partly the food is digested. You can understand that partly the food is digested. And without teeth, it would have been very difficult for us to enjoy our food. So without teeth, we cannot even bite raw vegetables, fruit, and nuts. So we would have missed eating many good things without teeth. So healthy teeth are necessary to chew and bite our food properly. So, what do you understand from the first paragraph? We do understand that teeth are very, very important because we need them for tasting the food, for biting the food, for chewing the food, and also for having a proper face to the proper shape to the face. And we often observe the old people without the teeth, their face looks so different, and with teeth, their face looks different. So, healthy teeth are necessary to chew and bite our food properly. So, what is the last point that we need to remember in this? Healthy food are so Healthy teeth are necessary to chew and bite our food properly. So now, if any person is not having healthy teeth, they cannot chew or they cannot bite the food properly. If you have a toothache, what do you mean by healthy teeth? Healthy teeth means you should be able to bite, you should be able to tear the food, you should be able to chew the food without any pain in your teeth. So the person who's having a problem, the person who's having unhealthy teeth, they won't be able to chew properly, they won't be able to bite properly and relish properly. So, though what is necessary is having healthy teeth is very, very important. So, now when you talk about the growing teeth, um, when a baby is born, have you observed any baby with teeth? No, the baby doesn't take birth with the teeth. As the baby is growing, slowly the teeth will start developing in the jaws. So a newly born baby has no teeth in his mouth. So when the baby is 6 to 7 months old, teeth begin to appear. So by the age of 3 years, child has a set of 20 teeth. So these teeth are called as the baby teeth or the milk teeth. So how many teeth do they have? 20 teeth they have. Okay. And what is the age? And what are these called as these are called as the baby teeth or the milk teeth. Why do we call them as the baby teeth or milk teeth? You know why we call them as the baby teeth. Baby teeth is because it starts from the 6 months of age. Okay. When the baby turns 6 months, he will start developing the small teeth in his mouth. So how many teeth he will get? 20 teeth. And what are they called? Baby teeth or the milk teeth. So at the age of 6 years, the child starts losing its milk teeth. So why we are calling them as the milk teeth? Because at the age of 6 months, he is getting the teeth, and by 6 years, slowly the milk teeth will start getting replaced. That means the small milk teeth will be get rid of, and then the new the secondary teeth will be coming, or the permanent teeth will be coming in the jaw. So at the age of 6 years, the child starts losing its milk teeth. As the milk teeth fall out, new teeth grow in their place. The new set of teeth is called as the permanent teeth. So what are the new set of teeth called? New set of teeth are called as the permanent teeth. So this the person will have throughout his life. So that is the reason why you are asked to preserve the teeth properly. You have to take care of the teeth properly because they last for the whole life in future, which you will be using to bite, chew, and then relish the food. By the time the child is 12 to 13 years old, all the permanent teeth grow. Generally, there are 28 permanent teeth. So, four more teeth come called wisdom teeth come out between the age of 20 and 25. Therefore, every adult of more than 25 years of age has a set of 32 teeth. So, initially, how many teeth they will get? By the time the child is 12 to 13-year-old, all the permanent teeth will grow. So there are how many teeth? 28 permanent teeth. And again they will get another 4 wisdom teeth. So both put together, an adult will have 32 teeth in his jaws. So at what age the child is getting the full number of teeth, the 28 count when he is 12 to 13 years of age. So the teeth that he is getting at the age of 12 to 13 years are 28 in number, and in another few years he will get another 4 wisdom teeth. So when he is an adult, he will have how many teeth? 32 teeth in his mouth. So the wisdom teeth he will get at the age of 20 to 25. Therefore, every adult of more than 25 years of age has a set of 32 teeth. So an adult of 20 to 25 years will have a set of 32 teeth. So we have understood now about the milk teeth, that is the temporary teeth, and we have understood and the number also and the age also, and when the permanent teeth are there with the children, and when the wisdom teeth will come to the individuals, and what are the total number of teeth now, right? Now we will see the structure of a tooth. We will be learning the structure of a tooth. So you have your activity 1 coming up now in this lesson. What is it? You have to draw the structure of the tooth. So I will be explaining on the board with the help of the screen share. That is the reason why I have the structure of the tooth printed for you all. Okay. So now we have studied about the permanent teeth and the wisdom teeth in the previous paragraph. Now we are learning about the structure of a tooth. So if we open our mouth and look in a mirror, we can see our teeth. Yes or no? You just open the or go to the mirror and then open your mouth and you can see your teeth. As we see, all these teeth grow out of the gums. So the gums hold our teeth. So how do you think the teeth are held by in the inside the mouth? If they're not held tightly, if you open the mouth, they would fall off, right? So how are they holding in the mouth throughout? How is it possible? Because they are held in the gums. What are they held in the gums? They are held in the gum. So this is the gum and this is the tooth. Just for example, I am drawing and showing you. But when you look at this picture, you will understand it better. So this is the gum, what I was talking about. This is what is the gum, okay? And this is the tooth that you have, okay? So this part of the tooth, the topmost part of the tooth is called as the crown, and the middle part of the tooth is called as the neck of the tooth. So when you see the section of the teeth or the tooth, you will understand the different parts of the tooth also. As we see, all these teeth grow out of the gums and the gums hold our teeth. So the portion of the tooth seen above the gum is called as the crown. What you are seeing outside now in your mouth, they are called as the crown of the teeth. And the portion of the tooth inside the gum is called as the root. So this is the root and this is the crown. And in between is the neck. So when you look at the internal part of it, we can see here the topmost layer is the enamel and next layer is the dentin and inside is the pulp. So let's see once again. The outermost layer of the tooth is called as the enamel and next layer is the dentin and then is the pulp of the tooth. So this is how we have our internal structure of the tooth. So what I want you to do is you have to draw the picture in your classwork book very neatly and you have to label it. You have to do the external part of the tooth and you have to do the internal part of the tooth also. So what are the parts of the internal tooth once again? Enamel, dentin and pulp. So you have to draw them and you have to see how you can understand the pictures. So now let's see the next part of the lesson. Okay, So now I want you to look at the textbook, okay, to understand the different parts of the lesson. Okay, so now we are going to learn back about the uh, different kinds of teeth, and we will read in detail from page number 132 about the different the part where the crown and the root are joined. So the part where the crown and root are joined is called as the neck of the tooth. So this is the neck. So what is present here? Here is present the root of the tooth. So which will be like this, which has full of the blood vessels and the blood tissues, and this part is called as the dentin. What is this part called as the dentin? And the middle part is called as the neck. And the inside part which is there inside the gum is called as the root of the tooth. So the teeth are very hard, strong, bony structures fixed firmly in the upper and the lower jaws. The outermost layer of the tooth is very hard, and this is called as the enamel. The next inside layer is called as the dentin. It is like a hard bone, and the soft material inside the dentin is called as the pulp. This is soft and has blood vessels and nerves in it. So the nerves are connected to the gum through a hole in the root. So how are you feeling the pain when you have some pain in the tooth? Because it is connected with the nerve, and the nerves are connected to your brain. That is how you can sense the pain when you have some pain in the tooth. So every tooth is connected with the nerve, which will cause some kind of sensitivity, which will cause some kinds of pain when it is diseased. Okay. So what are the basic parts of the tooth? When you see the section of the tooth, the teeth are very hard, strong, bony structures fixed firmly on the upper and lower jaws, and the outermost layer of the tooth is very hard. This is called as the enamel. The next inside layer is called as the dentin, and it is like a bone. The soft material inside the dentin is called as the pulp. And this is soft and has blood vessels and nerves in it. The nerves are connected to the gum through a hole in the root. So kinds of teeth and their functions. So now we'll be learning about different kinds of teeth and their functions. So once again, I want to share the page where we can have after learning about different kinds of teeth. So what are the different kinds of teeth? We have incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Can everybody repeat after me? Incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. What are incisors? Incisors are the four front teeth which you have in front of your jaw. These have sharp edges and are used for cutting and biting the food. For this reason, these are called as the cutting teeth. The canines are tearing teeth. These are used for tearing the food. So there are four canines. These are present on either side of the cutting teeth in each jaw. So these are the very sharp and pointed ones. The canines are the sharp tearing teeth which you use to tear the food material. Now coming to the premolars. The premolars or the cracking teeth, these are present next to the canines, and these are broad and flat teeth and act like nut crackers. There are four premolars in each jaw. So coming to the next category, that is the molars. Molars are the grinding teeth. These teeth are used for grinding the food material. So these are broader than premolars and have broad surfaces to grind the food. There are 6 molars in each jaw. So the teeth formula is 8 incisors, 4 canines, 8 premolars, 12 molars. Total how many you have? 32 teeth altogether. So what is the count again? 8 incisors, 4 canines, 8 premolars and 12 molars. All put together you have 32 teeth and again 16 in each jaw. 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. So these are the different kinds of teeth that we have in our mouth. So let's revise once again. Incisors or cutting teeth, these are 4 front teeth in each jaw. These have sharp edges and are used for cutting and biting the food. For this reason, these are called as the cutting teeth. Canines or tearing teeth. These are used for tearing the food. There are 4 canines. These are present on either side of the cutting teeth in each jaw. They are very sharp and pointed. Premolars or cracking teeth. These are present next to the canines. These are broad and flat teeth and act like nutcrackers. There are 4 premolars on each jaw. Molars or the grinding teeth. These are broader than premolars and have broad surfaces to grind the food. There are 6 molars in each jaw. So what is the count now? Incisors 8, canines 4, premolars 8 and the molars 12. So these are the number of teeth that you have in your mouth. So I want you to try making the different kinds of teeth using the atta. That is one more activity given to you. Use the atta at home that you use for rotis, to make rotis, and you make the teeth, different kinds of teeth, and you can make a denture by using the atta or the clay that you have at home. So you all can try making the dentures at home. How do you make? By looking at the picture of this figure 2.3, you can try making the different kinds of teeth, and you have to name them as incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So I want you to draw the picture also of individual teeth. Now coming to the tooth decay. Why do you think the tooth decay is caused? The tooth decay, many children keep suffering from the tooth decay. Why do you think the tooth decay causes? That we are going to learn now. So when we eat anything, small pieces of food are left sticking to our teeth. Sometimes these are not completely removed during the cleaning. You brush your teeth, but you don't spare proper time to brush your teeth properly in the corners, up of the teeth, down of the teeth, and inside the teeth. You don't take care of it. So, because of which some part of the food will be remaining sticking to our teeth. So sometimes these are not completely removed during the cleaning. And these small pieces of food start decaying and may damage our teeth. The food particles that are left inside your mouth on the teeth, they get spoiled and that will cause damage to your teeth. As a result of these, the teeth get covered with a thin, sticky layer of germs. This sticky layer of germs is called plaque. The plaque reacts with sugar present in the food to produce acid. The acid spoils the enamel or shine of the teeth. It also causes holes or cavities in the teeth. It produces bad smell and toothache. When the tooth is badly damaged, it begins to shake. The gums cannot hold it tightly and it may fall. Thus, tooth decay causes holes or cavities in the teeth, foul smell in the mouth, losing the teeth, and stomach troubles or other related diseases. So, what is the tooth decay? Some children or many children have the tooth decay because they eat chocolates, they don't wash their mouth. They eat some chips and some favorite food and they don't wash their mouth. So because of which some small particles of food remains on the teeth and that food material will decay. And the decayed food is damaging your teeth. So what forms around a sticky layer of germs is called as the plaque. So this plaque reacts with the sugar that is present in the food and it produces some kind of acid. So this acid is eating up the enamel that is present as the topmost protective layer, and it will lose the shine of the teeth. And finally, some holes or cavities are formed, some foul smell in the mouth is caused, and you will be losing the tooth, and the stomach troubles or other related diseases are also caused, as and when you are facing the troubles with the tooth decay. So you can see in the picture 2.4, a boy is suffering from the tooth decay. Why do you think so? Because the topmost part, that is enamel, is also attacked by the microbes, and inside also there are so many germs, okay, which are causing a lot of pain to the child. So I want to just share the screen once again by showing you the microbes. So here I want to just show you this part of the tooth here, the enamel, as we thought before. This is attacked by the germs. So it will kill, it will eat away the enamel by making some acid kind of thing. So it will slowly enter inside the dentin. And then from there it slowly reaches the pulp. So it starts eating up the entire pulp of your tooth. That will cause a lot of pain because the nerves will get affected to the core. So when the nerves get affected, we will find the difficulty in eating, biting, chewing the food. Here the boy is crying because his tooth decayed. Why the decay caused? Because some food particles remain on the teeth. They react with the sugar and form acids. That acid is damaging the enamel, which is in turn damaging the dentin, and which is again damaging the pulp. So slowly the tooth gets decayed and you will have pain when the microbes touch the nerve part. So you will have lot of pain and you won't be able to eat your food properly. So that's all in today's lesson. In the next lesson, part B, we will be learning about how we take care of our teeth. So here in this lesson, part A, you have to draw the parts of the tooth and you have to make different kinds of teeth using the clay or the atta. What are the tooth that you are going to make? Incisors, canines, premolar and molar. And you have to send these pictures on your school mobile and make us understand that you got the lesson nicely. So only if you read the lesson, you will understand better. Once we are finishing the lesson, I want you all to read the lesson, underline the new words, and get ready for part 2 of this lesson. That's all for today. Thank you.